Hashtag remember your HSC. This morning we're interviewing class of 1900, Mr. Mark Novak. We're going to be talking about the stressful time of year that it is. Don't worry though, stay tuned. We've got the helpful tips and tricks. Good morning.
Good morning, Billy Bob.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I wanted to talk about the emotions that are flying for these kids at the moment. The highs, the lows, the stresses, the excitement, the anxiousness that these kids are feeling at the moment that are doing the HSC. I wanted to wish them luck. And hoping we could talk about our journey from way back when, HSC times, and to make the kids feel a bit real that, we all go through a very similar thing.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest thing here is that everyone has done it before you. I don't think anyone enjoyed it. Like, it all boils down to the last few weeks of stress. Luke said it really well. Forget emotions, think long term and relax and chillax, Luke says, and he's so right. We've all done it, and it all, for most people, works out just the way they want it in the end.
Oh, look, it's amazing how time flies, but certainly going through, looking at I'm going to pull up a little photo from when I left the HSC. Look at this.
It's so good. Hasn't changed
Look at that. That looks like you, Billy Bob, like a WOG version.
Yeah, a bit more hair.
Little bit more hair, yeah.
There it is. How good.
That was 1995.
Straight out of school?
Straight out of school. So for me, actually, let's talk about Billy first. What did you think you were going to school?
Well, I had absolutely no idea. I was very fortunate to be working with Mark and the business before I finished school, and I remember sitting in the classroom as everyone's talking about their final exams. I think this might have been an English exam. And I walked out after the class was finished, and I just got on the phone and I called Mark and I said, look, I've got a problem. I'm not enjoying this last few weeks. Is there any opportunity of a full-time job? Because at that point I was working on reception. And Mark said, we might be able to help you. Come into the office. And so it all sort of flowed from there. But I have to say, it did take a lot of pressure off my shoulders because I was really stuck for the short-term plan. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and that was a bit of a lifeline.
Well, my baby girl, my youngest daughter, is 17, going through the HSC at the moment, and mixing boys with education, with girlfriends, going out, with life, with driving. Everything's so new, it is tumultuous. But I do remember that, not knowing, it was a lot of pressure not knowing what I wanted to do when I felt everyone around me knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I always thought I wanted to be an electrical engineer if I got the marks. And if I got those marks, I didn't know what electrical engineer did as a job, but I just sort of liked the title. And I like electronics. And just felt that I probably held on to that for a good year or two before the HSC, saying, yeah, that's what I want to do. I think the reality of getting shit marks and not being good at school was a bit sobering with being an electrical engineer. And then it was like, oh, well, if I'm not going to do that, what am I going to do? And then I liked I liked car stereos,
There you go.
Strathfield car radios, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a car stereo installer.
Yep.
And then I was like, that's what I really love, passion. And then a cousin said to me, "Now look, real estate. You should consider getting into real estate." And this is all going on at 16, 17. So these poor kids out there are thrusted out there into the ether. They don't know, but I think the message from today is no one really knows. Like none of you know, everyone, until you suck it and see, you just don't know if you're really going to love it. So you may be focused your whole HSC prior, even after, through doing a degree that definitive about that's what you want to do, and you may find that getting out into the big wide world, it's different in practice what you're thinking. So my message for today is it's okay not to know.
Yeah, and don't stress. I can't stress how much the HSC turns on its head once you're out on the other side. People might ask you, how did you go? How did you feel? Did you get what you wanted? For about a week after. But after that, it's old news. By the time you're at like schoolies or into your Christmas holidays, it's forgotten about. And if you keep on asking at that point, you almost turn into a bit of a weirdo, because it's like, it's done. Don't want to talk about it anymore. On to bigger and better things now. So, and the amount of friends I've seen since leaving school that have got into their uni paths that they wanted to do, and then even made a change, for better, and found another course or another way to get into something different. It's so common.
And I think adults don't know, but the opening questions that people ask adults, you don't know how to deal with. And this sounds really weird, but when like your uncle, auntie, older cousin, whatever, friends, whatever, they use it as a conversation opener. And the first thing they say is, "So, what are you going to do when you leave school?" And it's like, But what you come to realize is these conversations starter questions just keep rolling. So the next question from that is like, "Have you got a girl?" Next question like from that is, "Are you going to get married? When are you going to get married?" Next question from that is, "When are you having your first child?" Next question is, "When are you going to have your second child?" It actually, these opening questions are not a sort of poke about, they're more conversation starters. So I think for the kids out there, that when they're getting asked by hundreds of family and friends about what are you going to do when you leave school, it's a conversation opener. It's not a poke or a proposition to say you should know.
Yeah, and no one's holding you to it. It can change. Like, don't worry about your plans changing once you leave school. So many friends took just a year out. Or and when I say year out, it doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a year holiday, but it can be a year getting around the beaches, doing some different kind of jobs, just until they figure out what the end goal is. Because I think you don't want to commit to something as big as a university degree, or start something where you've obviously got to make sort of a financial commitment until you really got a better idea as to what you want to do. So that's always a good option.
Are you outside the school wall?
Yeah, this is where I used to pass by, eat my lunch.
Got the brick wall behind you. So something we both got in common, Billy, and hopefully the kids out there can take some relief in this. That I didn't even know after I'd finished the HSC what I was going to do. I didn't sort of know. I even went in to do the car stereo thing as a job. And got fired because they started two guys at the same time, and they said, "We're going to give you both 2 weeks and see who works." The other guy's toolbox was much bigger than my toolbox, but I was very passionate about it. So then I went out there and walked into a shit ton of real estate and got a job as a receptionist at Stacey First National in Mona Vale. But you were the same. You didn't even up to the HSC. You were
didn't have a clue what I was doing. I just knew that the job that I had landed myself at reception was awesome. I was lifeguarding as well at the same time, juggling a couple of things, and yeah, as soon as I got the opportunity to land something full time, it was just easy. Just follow what's easy as well. Don't overcomplicate things. If you've got something running and you're enjoying it, move into that for it. Just increase your hours. So many people got like a part-time job at the moment they might really enjoy. Just increase your hours at that to begin with, and then dump it if it's no good. You don't have to commit to something so big without a clue.
So, Billy, in conclusion, kids out there doing the HSC across Australia at the moment, your advice is?
Enjoy your last 3 or 6 weeks, whatever it is. It'll go by very quickly. Do what you can. I think most of the hard work's probably been done by now. You've already done about 60% of your grade. I think it's the last 40% in these remaining tests, and just go nail it and then enjoy your holiday.
Love it.
Don't worry, be happy. There's a song about that.
I love it. We're going out on that. Don't worry, be happy. Have a great day.
See ya. Have a good one.
See you guys.